Welcome, everyone. So, today we've got a really actionable explainer lined up for you. We're going to completely demystify the actual biological mechanisms behind deep sleep, looking at some fascinating data compiled by the sleep health platform, sleep.p1web.site. If getting true restorative rest feels like this impossible puzzle right now, well, you are exactly in the right place. Let's just get right into the neurobiology of how your brain actually powers down. Let me ask you something, and be honest here. Have you ever slept a full 7 or 8 hours, but you wake up just completely exhausted? You know the feeling, right? Your body is sore, your brain's super foggy, and it feels like you barely slept at all. It's so frustrating to do everything right and still feel totally drained. But here's the thing. That groggy, heavy feeling after a full night in bed, that's actually a classic textbook symptom that you are lacking true deep sleep. Because as it turns out, time in bed definitely does not equal time in deep sleep. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, the deep sleep crisis. Second, the brain's neural firewall. Third, hard clinical evidence. Fourth, choosing the right magnesium. And finally, building your deep sleep ecosystem.
Section 1, the deep sleep crisis.
You know, in our high-stress modern society, truly restful sleep has become this remarkably scarce commodity. So what exactly are we missing out on here? We're not just talking about the time when you're dreaming. Deep sleep is this absolutely critical biological phase for intense physiological repair. It's literally when your immune system rebuilds itself, when your brain consolidates all your memories from the day. And honestly, most importantly, it's when your body clears out the metabolic waste that actually built up in your brain. Think of it like your body's ultimate reset button. So when you miss out on this specific slow wave phase, your brain literally hasn't taken out the neurological trash. And actually, that is exactly why you wake up feeling so physically drained and mentally sluggish, no matter how many hours your eyes were closed.
Section 2, the brain's neural firewall.
Okay, this is where things get really fascinating. We're moving way beyond those basic lifestyle platitudes, like, just drink some chamomile tea. And we're going straight under the hood of your own neurobiology. Let's clear up a massive misconception right now. The common myth is that magnesium is just this basic mineral for relieving muscle cramps or a twitchy eyelid. But the reality? Well, based on extensive neuroscientific research from sleep.p1web.site, it's far more powerful. Magnesium is actually a highly precise central nervous system regulator and a potent cortisol blocker. It is way more than a simple muscle relaxant. It is a profound biohacking tool for your brain.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what's going on. The core barrier to deep sleep is central nervous system over-arousal. See, when you're stressed, your brain's NMDA glutamate receptors become wildly overactivated. Just imagine these receptors as tiny alarm bells constantly ringing in your head. Because of this stress, your neurons get trapped in this state of constant, unrelenting excitement, and your nighttime cortisol, which is your primary stress hormone, stays abnormally high. This kind of biochemical chaos completely shatters your natural deep sleep rhythm.
So how exactly does magnesium step in to fix this? Well, think of magnesium as a specialized key. Step 1. The magnesium ion literally locks the NMDA gates in the brain, completely blocking the glutamate from overstimulating your neurons. It rapidly calms down that excitement in the cerebral cortex. Step 2, it works directly on your body's HPA stress axis to just downregulate and suppress the overproduction of cortisol. By blocking these stress signals at the central nervous system level, it acts as a true neural firewall. And then step 3, with the brain finally quiet and those stress hormones blocked, it smoothly initiates and protects that highly restorative, slow-wave deep sleep phase we talked about. Section 3, hard clinical evidence. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing how a biological theory actually translates into real-world rest. I mean, the sheer quantifiable impact seen in double-blind randomized controlled trials is pretty incredible. When subjects supplemented with standardized magnesium for 2 weeks, polysomnography data, which by the way is the absolute gold standard of sleep tracking, showed a statistically significant increase in stage 3 and 4 slow-wave deep sleep. Hormonally, it totally transformed their internal environment. Their endogenous melatonin, the sleep hormone, went way up, and they had a massive drop in nighttime cortisol. Plus, on the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index, users reported much faster sleep onset, way fewer wake-ups in the middle of the night, and dramatically better morning energy. So the data definitely proves the mechanism works.
Section 4, choosing the right magnesium. All right, knowing how it works is only half the battle, right? You absolutely need the right type. I'd highly recommend you screenshot this slide right now. The market is just absolutely flooded with cheap magnesium oxide. It has a terrible absorption rate, only about 4%, and it's notorious for just causing diarrhea. And, well, that's definitely going to keep you awake, so avoid that one at all costs. Your absolute top choice for targeting deep sleep is magnesium L-threonate. Because of its specific chelated structure, it actually crosses the blood-brain barrier with high bioavailability, making it perfect for elevating brain magnesium levels. A really great alternative is magnesium glycinate. It's gentle on the gut, and the glycine amino acid naturally calms anxiety and really relaxes those muscles.
But listen, just having the right type isn't quite enough. Your timing and dosage have to be precise. To hit that golden absorption window, you really want to take between 200 and 350 milligrams of elemental magnesium about 1 to 1.5 hours after dinner or right before bed. This perfectly matches your body's natural sleep initiation rhythm. Oh, and here's a really crucial warning. Please do not take your magnesium right alongside high calcium or high zinc foods or supplements. Why? Because they literally compete for the exact same absorption pathways in your gut, which will completely inhibit the magnesium from getting into your system and doing its job.
Section 5. Your deep sleep ecosystem. Okay, it's time for a quick reality check. As incredibly powerful as magnesium is for the brain, a single element cannot magically cure systemic insomnia if your whole lifestyle is working against it. Things like blue light pollution, wildly disrupted circadian schedules, and relentless mental stress, these are the core triggers of modern insomnia. True biological repair requires building a holistic, data-driven ecosystem. And that is exactly why platforms like sleep.p1web.site emphasize combining nutritional science with behavioral tools. For example, they recommend leveraging their ad-free AI acoustic sleep tools to help block out external noise interference. You literally have to physically and acoustically rebuild an environment where your brain feels safe enough to lower that neural firewall and actually shut down.
We've looked at the neurobiology of the brain's firewall, the hard clinical data, and exactly which targeted supplements you should use. The science is incredibly clear, and the power is completely in your hands. So the crucial point is this. Are you going to continue letting modern stress hold your brain hostage tonight? Or are you ready to fix your ecosystem and finally awaken your native deep sleep ability? The choice is entirely yours.